Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and traditionally when we make a quilt, we take exact sizes of squares, rectangles, triangles, and we sew them together and we get particular blocks. Well, I have a quilt that does not follow that traditional type of piecing. We're still going to use a 1/4 inch seam allowance, but what we're going to do is we're going to sew long strips together. Then we're going to take those and we're going to fold and cut them and come up with a quilt center. We're going to add a couple of big borders on it and we are going to be done that quilt. So it's definitely not traditional piecing, but it is going to be a lot of fun. The pattern is called Slaphappy and it is from Bernina. Now we have two different versions we can make. We can make this gold version or the blue version. I'm going to be making this gold version, but I am going to change that background fabric. Instead of having that soft white as a background, well, I'm going to change it to a nice blue. For the body of the quilt, we're going to need approximately 2 yards of fabrics, of different fabrics. From these pieces of fabric, I need to cut 2 strips at 8 inches, 1 strip at 7 inches, 3 strips at 5 inches, 2 strips at 4 inches, and 2 strips at 2 inches. So I'm going to have a total of 10 strips. I do like to starch my fabric first when I am doing a project like this. I am sewing long strips together, so I do want to stabilize it. So it is recommended that we have those 10 strips and we sew those 10 strips together from selvage to selvage. So we're going to have one large piece. The pattern did have us cut 2 pieces at 8 inches. I, however, did not have enough for a second 8 inch, so I have made the extra in some extra pieces. So sew all of your pieces together in the way that you like it. We now have a really big rectangle. It's that width of the fabric plus all of those strips sewn together. We do need to straighten off those 2 selvage edges. We need to place those strips horizontal in front of us. And we're going to take the left edge and bring it up. When we have that left edge come up right along that area, we're going to be able to cut off the rest. What we're making is a big square. We have those long strips. We're taking that corner, flipping it up, so we have that area here. We're trimming off that extra. And we're going to leave it folded. Take that fold and have it face you. And then what we want to do is cut this in half. I'm going to match up that fold with a straight line on the ruler. Just have those butt together. And I want to hit this point. Once we have that straight line, we can draw it and cut it, or if we keep those 2 rulers together, we can just get the rotary cutter and cut it in half. Once we have that cut, we're going to be able to join it back together. And it's that edge that has not been cut that's going to join together. So those are the 2 edges we're going to join together, and we're going to end up with this very long diamond shape. Once we have sewn that one seam, we do want to make sure that the left side of that triangle has a straight edge. Now this is going to be a long edge, so it'll probably be easier if we just take that, fold it in half, and then we can measure from that fold and have that edge straight. From that left side, coming over, we are going to cut some big strips. Our first strip is 6 inches. This 6-inch strip will be approximately 50 inches long. I have that straight edge along the fold, 6 inches. We're going to be able to cut, move that ruler, and finish cutting. So from here, we're going to cut some additional strips. And I just like to keep that edge that I'm cutting from straight. So I'm just going to fold that fabric, make sure the edges are straight, so that fold will also be straight, and now I can continue to cut strips. I was not able to get all of these pieces cut, but I know that's going to be okay because when I read into the rest of the directions, I am trimming this down quite a bit. So if you're missing a strip, that's fine. I always like to cut my big strips first, and then I can always worry about the smaller ones later. Once we have those strips cut, we're going to be able to sew those strips back together. Be sure to twist them and turn them and put them in an arrangement that you like. The only thing we really need to think about when we're sewing these strips together is to keep the two widest pieces on the outside. Also, match up the smallest edge to the smallest edge. If it makes it easier, we can trim a straight line now. Just come from the smallest point and trim down. So you can see how that is going to just make it easier to match up when I get to the machine. I need to trim this down after anyway, so I'm going to do the one side in advance. So you can see we're having that first edge trimmed up. It just made it easier to sew all of those strips together. And the other side still has all of that jagged edge. In her directions, she does have you cut off the first two borders from that long side. You take those away, and then you're going to cut along the top for the second borders. So you're making that little border there. When you're done, we will be able to square this up to 18 inches by 31 inches. So that main piece has been trimmed down to 18 inches to 31 inches. And yes, you are going to have a big piece left over. This will be fun for a piece on the back. Now I get to put my first border. Now I did choose the dark fabric for my border instead of that light background fabric. So I will need two strips, 4.5 inches by 18 inches and 4.5 inches by 39 inches. And I'm going to put those on, and that should make the quilt equal 26 inches by 39 inches. Once that first border is done, I'm going to be able to put my pieced border on, and then one more large border, and that large border is going to be cut at 9 inches, so it's a nice big border, a fun area where we're going to be able to do some fun quilting. Now, how fabulous is this quilt? It is a lot of fun, it has a lot of movement, and it was really easy. We didn't have to worry about anything. Now, we could always change the size by that center because we did have a lot left over. But if we do that, we are going to have to adjust those borders. Now, I did do a dark blue background just because I thought it would be something a little bit different. But the white background in the photo was just as nice. I'll put some links in the description so that you can check it out. And thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day. Bye for now.